I'm cutting that part out where I talk shit about the devs in a
Hold
podcast
on,
where
what's
we.
the I gotta hit you with the leprechaun dog.
What's up?
Do
Oh,
it.
oh,
Put it out into
yeah.
the wild.
There you go. All right. Hey guys, welcome to the Swing Lethal podcast. We are all over the place today, the arena, the battlefield, and maybe even the net. So we'll see how it goes. But how are you guys doing? I'm here with my co-hosts Dante and Andy. You guys, how are you guys' days and weeks in Flesh and Blood, Magic, Neuroscape?
Uh, well, recently we did our first ever Magic Pod play for Channel Swing Lethal, and I took a lot of L's, but my deck never didn't do the thing. So Commander fully casual, so it's like that's a win in my book. I lost to Josh, I lost to our guests, but my deck did the thing, so I'm happy with that. As far as Fab, just trying to get as many runs as do as I can until I start hitting up these armories, get ready to hopefully put it down on some people or realize that self-milling probably isn't the move. So
Dio's strong. Dio's strong, man.
Dio's
I think you're gonna do good. I'm excited for you to go to like your first paper armory.
I am
Like,
I think Dio's
well,
honestly like a.
my fucking Teklo is still in the mail. It needs to get in this goddamn house.
What are you?
I have had a good week as far as TCGs. Like Dante said, we played a bunch of Commander games that got recorded. They'll be up on this YouTube somewhat soon, hopefully. Unfortunately, my decks didn't win, and they also didn't do the thing. So tough runs for me. I was able to hit 2 armories this week, which was really fun. I went 2-1 in both of them, and you can catch one of the games on Safe from TCG, one of our locals who just covers our armories, covers his testing games, and I'm on Scar Raps Katsu, Edge of Autumn Katsu. The Ira deck was just a huge boon for Katsu with Edge of Autumn and Okana Scar Raps being like repeatable breaking scales, and that's just awesome. It's really fun to catch people at like a break point and they're like, okay, he can't possibly have one to get over, and it's like I've had this sword here forever. I just gotta tap it.
Another thing too, and luckily I caught it. Well, so sorry, but I wanted to talk about it because my first game in my armory that I ended up playing in was against an Ira that had the the scar wraps, and
Mhm.
I caught it, and the reason that I'm like want to bring it up is because like that thing doesn't just target combo cards. That thing
No,
targets everything, and that pissed
it's
me
just
off.
Any
It's
ninja
Like,
attack,
yo,
any ninja attack.
it
It's
is
kind of
on
like
there.
saying it's like how Boost says you have to boost a mech card, but it's like the deck is mech card. It's like you have to hit a ninja card, and it's like,
well,
baby,
But
they're
it only
all
comes
ninja
back if
cards.
you hit with a vengeance card. That is
That's
the
the
caveat to
problem.
it. That is the
So
caveat to it.
Yeah,
I did
exactly.
I suspended my sword in banish for like 5 turns because I didn't read the card. I showed up to our LGS, bought the armory deck, shoved the cards into Katsu, made the trades, made this like switches, and then jumped into our armory. So so the games were a little rough. Luckily though, I got an opportunity to go to a second armory at a different store, and with a couple more runs in the games. I didn't do that this time. I still went 2-1. I lost to the only person who beat me was our boy Josh, which, if somebody's gonna beat me, it's got to be a swing lethal, man, and I love that for us. I took 4th in a 12-person event. Josh took 2nd. Props to us. It was a great week for TCGs. It's been really fun. I'm also excited for Neuroscape. Yes,
I am really excited
very
for
excited for
it.
Neuroscape.
Yeah. So I did not get to play in two armories. I sadly went. Not sadly. Happily. I went out of town with the family and did a bunch of family stuff over the weekend. But Thursday before I left, I did get to get in a game with Sabrum TCG, which is also on his YouTube. That's Puffin versus Gravy, his titular Gravy deck. It was a great game. Had a great time. And then come back after vacation and went to Armory on Monday with our boy. And like he said, I got second, went 3-0. Had a great time. Um, and yeah, it was really, really fun. I was on Puffin. I'm hoping that we can put that Armory recap out soon. And then, yeah. Oh, and then Neuroscape started their. Well, I guess we can get into the news.
Yeah,
Let's
in
do
the
that.
news.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, so the news this week, a couple things happened in TCGs. One, we had the spoiler season start for Edge of Eternities. I guess it started like last week, but it started. And then we also had Hero LL in Flash and Blood. And then Neuroscape which is a new card game that we're all excited for. Neuroscape started their final playtesting before they sent it to print. Um, yeah, so that is all done over tabletop tabletop simulator.
Tabletop simulator.
Yeah, and they had like a whole like playtest tournament, and that was actually won by a Flesh and Blood player, Techno Foundry, who's a YouTuber. Yeah, well, I love his content, but yeah, it's apparently he's dabbling in that game as well and doing what Flesh and Blood players do, which is play competitive.
Win.
Yeah, win. Yeah, that too. Yeah. And so yeah. What do you guys think about the hero LLing that is Azalea? I know that we had a little bit of testing going on there, checking her out. I wasn't sure if she was going to live the 999 going into Singapore. How do you guys feel about this whole LL system? There's a lot of conversations happening around whether or not LL is good or bad, and how the system works out. Like people traveling to Singapore to play, and not knowing whether or not their champion or their hero is going to be legal. What do you guys think about that? Start with you, Dante. Okay, let's start with you, Andy. Sorry, you're ready to speak.
I'm ready to talk always.
Let's go. You do it.
I like the LL system. I think it's really healthy for the game. I say this as somebody who is on heroes that have been around for as long as I've been in the game. I'm on Riptide. I'm on Katsu. I love those heroes. I'm probably gonna have them for minimum another year. Even with the boost to Katsu, I think he's gonna be around for another year. Riptide's gonna go a long way before he does anything. But even so, I like the LO system. I like it more now that they've restructured how it works to where you get a modifier for the first year you're legal that gives you less points, and then you go normal for the second year, and then you get 1.5 for the following years. I like that system. I think it's good. Heroes bring people into the game. Aurora brought people into the game. Her aesthetic, her playstyle, it brought people into the game. Zen brought people into the game. And these were heroes that were gone so fast that it does have the potential to make people feel disheartened. It's like, oh, I put money, I invested in a hero, now I can't play that hero. Especially when it's something like those heroes, where it's like we have a Mystic Ninja and a Lightning Rune Blade that you can't really transfer that card pool anywhere else. I was talking with Josh, and Josh was like, I'm just going to buy the whole Zen deck. It's like $20 now because you can't really play it anywhere outside of LL, and LL is not everybody's bag. It's not my bag. I want to play CC where things are like meant to be balanced and stuff, and I don't think LL should be a balanced format. That's another hot take of mine. We don't have to get into that. But Azalea specifically being gone, I'm really, really happy because that is a nasty, disruptive deck, and ninjas don't want to see that. I'd ever want to sit across an Azalea and be like, well, if you find red in the ledger, I'm just gonna sit here and put as much of my hand in front of it as I can every turn and hope I don't die when you run out of red in the ledgers. That's my take on Azalea and the LL system.
I like the LL system too. I'm gonna cut in. Sorry, Dante, but you're getting cut in line every time here. All right, listen.
Every time.
Dante, what's your take on the LL system?
Oh god damn it. the
I think the LO system. Oh, damn it, Josh! Wow.
Damn, Josh!
All right. You're good.
Yellow system. I was originally a Magic player. I still am a Magic player, but I did enjoy 60 card formats in Magic. I think the yellow system is a good way to keep fresh faces will come to fruition once powerhouses are gone, right? I do like that they've adjusted though, because as Andy said, Aurora was gone before she ever got to live, right? Like she came in and she was out, and then all of the Mistveil heroes are gone, so there's no legal Mistveil cards in CC. And if you were just obsessed with the Mistveil, the mystic bullshit, fuck you. But nonetheless, if you were just a huge fan of that chi shit, you can't play CC, and
yeah,
that sucks. But play different heroes. I do enjoy the LO system. I do enjoy the health that it brings to the game. I do enjoy that once the big names go, you get to see it's kind of like in sports, you get to see these young names come to fruition. Like we're seeing Syndra take off. We were all expecting Gravy to just run the game into the ground, and Syndra, Slippy, they have just leaped so much from the bannings of the LO system, of the heroes falling out. And I think that's really cool and healthy for the metas of a game like this, especially when you love heroes. But as LSS goes, they will reprint heroes. Those cards will be legal again at some point. So it's like you're never fully out, even if everything that goes to that hero is gone. So I think that's really sick. And yeah, fuck Azalea. Dominate 18. Not a fan. Dominate's a mistake.
I don't know if Dominate's
Nah.
a mistake, bro.
Dominate's a mistake.
All right.
It's never attached to something little.
That's true. I do agree that.
Or Dominate.
I do agree that maybe moving away from Dominate is fine. I feel like there just needs to be like more D-react hate rather than like block hate. That's kind of where I'm at when it comes to like Dominate versus Overpower and stuff. That's one of the reasons why I like Dominate is because it's like, hey, you can't just use your 4 blocks in your hands.
Then what are you gonna do in Puffin?
Listen,
with your pinion sentries and your galvanized blocks.
I had to make the cogs in order to make them 4 blocks. All right, otherwise.
Oh, here we go with this shit. Here we go with the cogs.
2 blockers.
I had to cross the street.
The cogs he can't make. The cogs he can't make reliably.
Listen.
You know how hard it is to cross the street to get across the street?
But you got to look both ways before crossing, don't you? So.
Oh no!
I'm saying. But yeah, no. I like the Ela system. I like to see Azalea gone. That being said, I mean, I love playing against Azalea. She always asks a lot of interesting questions. I don't like the dominate. Obviously, like being able to like pump dominate 14 is like that's rough. It always feels bad. It felt bad when we were playing against Starvo. Always feels bad against Azalea. So I'm excited to see like a shift away from dominate. And now that most of the dominant heroes are gone, obviously we have OG Bravo left, but I'm excited to see where the game goes. And I think like you said, it just kind of like opens up the game to more things, more cool things, more new heroes. All these Azalea people are now going to probably migrate to a new Ranger or to a new class, and those players, all the best players that are like hardcore Azalea fans that want to play CC, that move to a new hero are definitely going to innovate and bring their experiences to that new hero. Hopefully, Marlon gets a little bit more exploration, or just whatever ends up happening, we'll see the format develop in a new way, and I think that's what makes the Ela system cool. But I also understand like the Ela system like being a really fucking annoying for like pro players, and like. Like I understand
having to figure out what they're gonna do.
Yeah, not having to figure out what they're gonna do, and also like it feels really bad for like investing, right? Like not investing, but like the game's already expensive. And if you buy all the cards for Ranger, and then your favorite Ranger hero LLs, and you go to the next Ranger, and you're just like, damn, this fucking sucks. Like, you have to now invest into a new hero.
Ranger's a tough class to use that analogy on, or that example on, just because like the most expensive thing are just codexes in Ranger.
Sure.
After codexes, you're kind of fine unless you're playing like Tunic, but that's in every deck, essentially. Another thing I think is interesting.
Damn, we're just gonna keep going like this over and over again, brother.
I'm gonna hold the talking die.
Okay,
I'm gonna hold the talking die.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
Another thing I think is interesting. You commented on making Azalea players making the shift to another Ranger. I think Ranger's like one of like the only classes I can think of off the top of my head where it's like the heroes aren't interchangeable for gameplay that you'd like. Azalea and Marlon and Riptide are play in such different avenues that I think like an Azalea player making a shift might actually just shift to a different class, because that isn't like the playstyle of Azalea is a little more similar to Marlon, but I don't know. Marlon's different in like she plays a ton of blues. She's not a red line deck. She wants to invest like a whole bunch into her weapon. If you're playing like the harpoons, it's not like a super 1-to-1 or even very close transfer to any other hero in Ranger. Whereas like if you're playing a ninja, you kind of have the same game plan no matter what, right? Where you're sending like a whole bunch of cards in sequence, or like a mech. Mechs have like shifted very much away from boost and have like become like item centric and still manipulating action points. And I think if you're playing Puffin, you can transfer over and play Dio with a fair amount of security and confidence in your play, right?
Oh, it's funny that you bring that up, because that's actually what I was trying to like interrupt you with. No, but
here you can have the dice.
Yeah, I think I'll take the dice. Yeah, what I was trying to say was like, like the class that I like I feel bad for really is the Dashi IEs because obviously she just LL'd, right? And it's like, yeah, you can go to Dash.io, but like that's a very different deck. Like the die that like the deck that ended up LLing like die, right, is very like defensive, very like building something up and being defensive. It's more akin honestly to tech like Tekla, but it's not
Mhm.
as like one-sided. Like Tekla is very very much like, hey, I'm doing this one thing and like I must do this one thing. And Dai had a little bit more like diversity in her build. And that's kind of like where I'm getting at with like mech, where it's like right now at least all of the mechs do something so like intrinsically different that it's like hard to just be like, okay, I'm a Max player, I'm gonna go play Dot like Dio, and it's like, and this is gonna be the same
Forgot about
gameplay,
Max.
and it's like, no, it really isn't gonna be the same gameplay. Or like Tekla, like Tekla's so significantly different from all the other mech heroes that it's like, damn, it's rough. Like I mean, not that Tekla's ever gonna LL, but if Tekla were to LL and you're like a hardcore Tekla fan, like you don't have like an analog really. Like you don't have somewhere to go. So
You can't take your armor to the next one.
you can play Guardian and pretend to be Teklo. I don't know like, but yeah. I don't know. That's one of the things where it's like, okay, I love and hate the LL system, but also like I think that there's definitely more positives than negatives. A lot more positives in my opinion. But so that's why I don't want it to go away. But yeah. Okay.
What do we have left for news?
I think that's it. Oh, well, we have
Neuroscape.
Neuroscape. So I did mention that Neuroscape was doing their last playtesting. Their playtesting is all taking place over Tabletop Simulator. It's not really my cup of tea, but if you are invested into the game, you want to, you know, uh, uh, you've contributed to the Kickstarter, you're into it. You do get rewards for playtesting. You just go to their Discord, talk to one of their playtest managers that will add you to the playtest group, and you can go on Tabletop Simulator and start playtesting. And based on the number of games you do end up playtesting, you'll get a different reward. I think for one game you get like a common promo, and then all the way up to like 40 games you get like a singularity, which is like essentially a legendary. If you play Flesh and Blood, or
I've got a quick question for the both of you actually.
Mhm.
So you guys both like sort of invest into Neuroscape. What are you guys' thoughts? I haven't really invested into it because it seems kind of like a almost revised version of Magic, and my personal thoughts, and it's like I don't want to play another version of Magic. You know what I mean? That's kind of what made me get to the switch of Fab. What are you guys' thoughts on like Neuroscape so far? What you've seen, the gameplay of it? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on it?
Yeah, I am always looking to try new TCGs. When Union Arena came out, I was interested, and I played a bunch of that. My boy Josh right here got me into playing the One Piece TCG. Um, Ultimately, I think Bandai games just aren't my cup of tea. There's not enough interaction for me to feel satisfied in the games that I play. Um, so when I saw Neuroscape, I was interested just off aesthetic alone. It's a beautiful looking game. I love that these guys, it took so long to kind of like really nail down their aesthetic and what they want, and they got artists to do it. I think it's beautiful. So that drew me in instantly. It took a while for me to find gameplay and see what it looks like. And after watching gameplay, it does feel like a I don't want to say it feels like Magic, but it does feel like something akin to that. It has its differences. You have your mainframe, you have your RAM bank, you commit RAM. I love the idea of prongs on characters that are like, this is a double pronged side piece and it can only put two or less prongs here. I think that's really interesting. Um, there are enough things about it that I find interesting and want to play with that I was like, hey, I'll take a chance on it. Because like I think every TCG has something that is like interesting to them and fun. And I want to find out what I like most in Neuroscape. I love the idea of Trojans and like running I think they're viruses on your opponent's mainframe. I That is something that I think I'm really gonna look into. I didn't buy that dual deck because aesthetically I like Thrasher the most. So I'm like, I need I need the hard punk in Cyberpunk. Like I need that. So I got the Thrasher and Mystic one. But that I'm excited for it. Josh?
You covered a lot of things that I was going to talk about, but yeah, like one thing, not one thing, but like a lot of it that I've been watching, like and especially they did stream that tournament that I was talking about that Techno Foundry ended up winning, um,
Mhm.
and I kind of gave me more of an idea, like, dang, this game actually does have like a lot of like legs. Again, I was already excited for it, like also based on just aesthetic alone, um, like no offense to any like cyberpunk s game, but like honestly, they don't usually look very good. In the form like aesthetically, right? Like the borders, the art. Like I'm just not a huge fan of them. This one is different. Like I'm very much a fan of basically all of the art. The border and the card design like just looks so good. So it got me into the game just off that alone, and then watching the gameplay, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. It's interesting, and then yeah. So essentially, what I really like about the game so far is that you have the ramp bank, you have your deck, and you at the beginning of the turn you have to choose like if you like how you want to use your like essentially like as much like player main. Excuse me. Uh, you have to choose how to use your action points, right? Like you're essentially given two action points. And you have to figure out if you're gonna draw two, put two RAM in your bank, if you're gonna do one and one, and then that RAM that you put in your bank is committed to characters that you play, and unless you decide to like not commit the to not run it for those characters anymore. Um, so like that, like it's like a finite resource, and you have to like figure out like which is better on any given turn, and like heroes like it makes it like that feeling when Flesh and Blood when you draw a card, it's so strong, right? Because it's like different in Flesh and Blood than it is in other games. It has that same like feeling where it's like, damn, drawing a card in this game, obviously it's good in every game, but it's like, oh, it's really impactful when you get to choose. Okay, I'm gonna draw off this card. I'm gonna draw off this card, so I can put two RAM in my bank because I know that I'm gonna draw anyways. And or okay, I this card makes or puts RAM in my bank. No, not my bank, but into the RAM slots or whatever. So I can draw a bunch of cards and then put RAM in, and I can use RAM blah blah blah. Right. So like it makes certain interactions like really interesting. And then same thing. The my cat is having a day, but the prongs play, the mainframe manipulation, and the fact that it's just like a faster game in general is pretty interesting. I'm not super like I don't play very much Blitz. I haven't played Magic in a little while, like on the 40 and the 60 card competitive scene. So having games like go fast or slow, and being able to kind of play that type of game is interesting. Best 2 out of 3. Haven't been there in a while. So watching that tournament was kind of interesting, and it's like, oh yeah, well shit, they play more than one game in these tournaments. Like, okay, interesting.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I think it's a lot of that where it's like, okay, there is definitely at least in this first set a lot of skill expression, and I want to see where it goes, especially because it's made close to where we live, and it's something that we can like really like to dive into in the early stages of the game, and being able
Mhm.
to like kind of like see it grow from the ground up, is also like something that's really exciting. It's some of the things I was excited for when it came to like the Bandai games, but again, I agree, Bandai games just aren't for me. The extreme lack of interaction is like not quite it. And then also just like the way that they run games in America was like not to my liking. They are fixing it. At least I've been told that they are fixing it. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up very much, but I've been told that they are fixing it. So hopefully they do, and hopefully that makes it for a better experience for people that aren't me. But yeah. All right.
No. All right. So moving along, Singapore's around the corner, and I'm just super excited to see that pop up on YouTube. That get really gets me going to see that little fucking
Bro.
live day one. That shit's got me
Note
like
at
fucking
4:30
I
a.m., baby.
yeah, I was gonna say I audibly squealed at work today when the notification was like, "Hey, just so you know, in a couple days' time, the keynote's gonna start," and I'm just like, "Oh, no way, no way!" Like like
That notify button on
yeah,
fucking.
yeah. I was
Ugh.
like, so yeah, I'm very very excited.
We're gonna all be in Discord watching the keynote.
Yeah,
Oh
4:30 in the
yeah.
morning. What's work even? I don't know what that word means.
Shit.
with the event coming up. What are you guys' thoughts on like what's going to be most represented? Who, and on top of that, who do you think's going to win it all?
Ooh. Okay.
Josh.
Oh yeah. I'll take the dice wherever it's at.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
uh, okay, so I think we had a little bit of a conversation on like what we thought was gonna win last week, but not we didn't dive super deep. Now that Azalea's gone and we know for a fact that she's gone, I think it does change a little bit of things. We get to see a couple of heroes like come back into the like limelight, but I think at the end of the day, like my true belief is that the best deck in the format is Slippy. I think Slippy should be the most represented. It really, really rewards intelligent gameplay, and it targets a lot of the like popular decks in the format. Like we were talking about Syndra, we were talking about Gravy Bones, and I don't think it necessarily targets Gravy Bones, but it's not an easy game plan for Gravy Bones to play against. So definitely makes it a more difficult game. And like outside of basically like the Warriors, it doesn't have very many bad matchups. I guess maybe Florian, but Florian can't be played because Gravy exists. Like Inverdance exists. So yeah, I think what we end up seeing is we see a lot of Slippy, and then we see probably an equal amount of Gravy and Syndra. And I personally think that, and also I've been hearing rumblings that there's like a secret deck from one of the teams that might show up. So who knows what who knows what they got prepared? They're gonna bring fucking Kasai or something, you know?
Fucking Victor.
Yeah, who
Shout to
knows?
Aggro Blaze.
Hell yeah.
Poor guy, dude. I was watching their pod the other day, and yeah, he was saying he's not having a great time on Victor, but I don't know, I don't know, but yeah. So I do think that I probably Slippy wins this one. I have a feeling like don't get me wrong, like I've high rolled the deck, I've beat the deck just like in a straight like hey like I'm blocking really well right now, but also there's just times where it's like, yep, he's presenting an attack and or my I'm thinking of Andy, but my opponent's presenting.
I do play Slippy. It's one of my other decks.
My opponent's presenting an attack, and it could be 12 damage on this attack, or it could be actually nothing, and I'm blocking nothing. And then they go, hey, actually, my next attack was the important one that you should have blocked, dummy. And that it just makes that it's just so hard to play against, and then it gets even harder the lower your life gets, right? So, yeah.
I just want to add on. I'll let you keep talking. I just want to add on the Slippy gameplay. There are also turns you just can't stop it unless you have like the silver bullet of like Shelter from the Storm or Calming Breeze, where it's like you see your opponent use I personally play the Chaos Headpiece that lets you turn into one of the demi heroes. So on the turns that you turn into Black Widow with a Kiss of Death in hand, you go Kiss of Death, activate Black Widow, make it on hit, banish a card out of your hand, and then you go on the next chain link and you play something just to flick that Black Widow, Kiss of Death, and then they banish another card from hand. So it's like there are also turns where it's just like if they draw up correctly and they decide that you aren't gonna have a hand, you just won't. Like Slippy has that like damn near unpreventable disruption in certain hands, certain hand compositions.
I have a lot of confidence in Slippy's ability to win this event. Who I think is going to win might like be wrong or like in like a what is the word? They've shown themselves to be a Syndra player, and I have a lot of faith in Team Blue Pitch from Hong Kong. I think that they're all crazy, amazing players, and they've been doing really well this year. And my money is on Pudding Tam, who's I believe a Syndra player. Like Syndra is on Syndra at the moment, unless that changes. But I don't know. I have an inkling that it's going to be someone in that team, and probably Pudding.
I like that.
Andy, your thoughts?
I am trying to figure out whether I am on like the Slippy hype train now that everything's kind of like settling, or if I still have faith in Syndra. I'm trying to figure out what Pablo Pintor takes, because I do have like, if you were to tell me like pick a player to just take it against everybody, I gotta say Pablo Pintor. Like I just have so much faith that man knows how to navigate decks. He knows how to play this game. He's shown it time and time again. He's just such a strong player, and I think Sunflower Samurai as a team is just like it's a concentration of good players, and it's that thing of like iron sharpens iron or whatever the fuck, where it's like they're just all good and they're only making each other better. The same thing with like Team Blue Pitch that Josh highlighted. I definitely have faith that they'll be up there too, but if I had to choose somebody to take it, I think it's Pablo. I'm just trying to think like what does he take?
Back-to-back Pro Tour wins, bro. Come on.
I could see it. I could see it. When it's clutch
Boy.
time,
Hey.
Pablo's there.
No, I believe it. I mean, I have no doubt too. He's an insane player. Yeah, and also I think they're doing the same thing they did in Pro Tour London, where they like have the Armory, which is basically just like a collection of like the best players in the world, regardless of team, coming together and playtesting together, trying to like
Mhm.
one up their
Mhm.
their game. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I think like the decks that we're probably, well, at least in my opinion, are going to see the most is probably going to be Verdance, Gravy, Syndra, and Slippy. But my money, just like Josh's, I think it's on Slippy, just due to the fact that Gravy can't block worth the fuck, right? And I've seen Gravy players like stumble when they don't have their 4-card hand. They need these just insane hands and like, I don't care, mentalities to like play theirs out. Syndra's a very aggressive deck. Syndra's also full of 2 blocks. And 2 blocks faced with a Bonds of Ancestry in front of you is got to be heart wrenching. It's got to be something like, damn. But I've also seen Syndra's be like, damn, you bonds me. I'm still sending 12. And it's like,
Mhm.
So, but I think my money's on Slippy. I think Slippy just has like the levels of disruption and power also tied in with the go again to just really push through lies, especially if they draw up well. I just think Slippy just has that ability. I'm not an assassin player, but I can appreciate the bullshittery that Slippy is on at all times. So that's my take on it. I think Slippy's gonna take this home and beat the champion.
Are there any players that come to mind for you? I know you're pretty new to the game space.
I'm still new to the space, and I haven't like, you guys seem like you guys have like, if there were jerseys made, you guys would for sure have a jersey.
If I could get a fucking Sunflower Samurai jersey, bro.
I'm still new to the space. I honestly don't know anything about the teams. That's something I've been going into this next after all this, like try to get into like the real scene, like who are the teams, who are these players, like find like a favorite player or something. I'm not there yet.
That got me with Flesh and Blood when I first got into it. Like, oh, there's like whole teams that like invest in each other.
I do think it's sick.
To,
I do think it's
go to as many events as possible. Yeah, like I think
team events, my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Those
can't
are like,
wait
those
for
are so
if we.
cool.
You're gonna see Swing Lethal at a team event, and we're gonna fucking riot. We're gonna do it.
Whispering in each other's ears, whispering sweet nothings.
Oh yeah,
squeezing the fuck out of people's shoulders, like do it.
Just to build on Dante though, you said like favorite player. I love Pablo Pintor. I don't think Pablo Pintor is my favorite player. I think Yuki Lee Bender is my favorite player, just for how she innovates on decks and how she can so quickly see the strength in something and capitalize on it. Like one of my favorite moments this year in Flesh and Blood was when the Hunted dropped and Syndra won the first event because Yuki figured the deck out and like what is it? Was some like 6 people took that deck?
Yeah. Brody's
yeah, just based.
Yeah. And
Brody took. Yeah.
Literally was just like, Yuki's a great deck builder. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like that was like what like my favorite moment this year in Flesh and Blood is Syndra taking that first event. Brody won it, but Yuki innovated and made that deck, and I was like, that's so hard. I think Yuki is my favorite Fab player.
Yeah. I think there's something really to be said about like really great players that are able to innovate on decks. One of my favorite players in general, I don't know if I have a favorite, but one of my favorites for sure is Mara Ferris for the same reason. She's just an innovator, and it's super awesome to watch like what she comes up with and be like, damn, I didn't see that. That's so good, Yeah.
All right,
we're gonna.
Who got the dice?
We can cut this little bit out. Can I just sneak my little like quick hot swap thing in right here?
Go for it.
Yeah.
1 second. From the top. All right, so wrapping up, I think most of our Fab talk for this pod. What is the card that most decks, there's decks all over Fabric, most decks run, but you don't see the value in compared to the card that you play? Like, what is your hot swap for your favorite deck? Well, we'll start with Andy. What is your favorite hot swap for your deck?
Get the dice. This is a card that I have made whole like videos on and like have talked about the benefits of consistency versus like variance. in Katsu specifically, my hot swap is Ancestral Harmonies out, Prismatic Leylines in. Prismatic Leylines are so fucking good. They give your first red +1, they give your first yellow +2, and they give your first blue +3. This is 6. This is a 0 for 6 pump, and you're gonna know how much value minimum you're gonna get off this card when you play it. If you have, like, I have run into instances where, like, I've drawn up and I've had like a yellow surging in hand and like some other cards, and I know that I can get, like, I can proc at least 2 points of Prismatic Leyline. So like I'll play Prismatic, I'll play Yellow Surging. Now Yellow Surging's coming in for 6 instead of 4, which is so good, right? Because they can't go armor in a card. Where it's like, and 4 is so easily covered up now, and it's starting to irk me. But that feels good, especially playing blue Whelming Gust Waves in Katsu, where it's like it's a block 3 0 costed blue, right? That's like the stat line you want in your blues in Katsu. But when you have to play them out, it feels really bad. If you play them out, if you can line it up to play a blue Whelming on a Prismatic turn, it's a 0 for 5 when it's comboed. A yellow 0 for 5 go again on hit draw card. That is nuts beyond fucking nuts. That is my full hot swap. Is Ancestral Harmonies come out. Yeah, they have the potential to draw you a card, and if you build the deck to where like you won't miss, that's great because it's immediately 3 value because it's another card, right? If it's like something you're gonna have trouble playing, that always feels rough. But to meet the value of Prismatic Leyline at its ceiling, you have to play 6 combo cards if you don't draw a card off of Harmony. So Harmony's out, Prismatic Leyline's in. It's a yellow 0 cost block 3. That's not awful. You can play a Surging off of it. That's my hot swap. Josh, what's your hot swap?
I love that card, and I agree with you. I think more people should be playing it. But yeah, my hot swap, I think, at least this week, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, obviously, it's a little bit. It's a Mexico Knowledge card, so it goes in.
He's trying to gatekeep.
I'm not gatekeeping.
Just want to say it.
I'm going with my Puffin build, right? And there's a lot of people building Puffin. There's a lot of different ways to build Puffin. There's no real wrong way of playing Puffin. But what I noticed is like the blues and Puffin, end up being a lot of different things. Whether it's not more copper cogs, whether it's this, that, blah 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 blah. Battalion Bark, XYZ cards. And then one card that I brought up to a friend was Torque Tuned. Torque Tuned is a 2 cost, 6/5/4, and red, yellow, blue.
Rainbow.
Yeah, rainbow, and its text says if an item has left the battlefield or has left the arena this turn, it gets overpower, and then it has a galvanized text as well. It's 2 block. I love this card. It's like one of my favorite blues in my deck. It's almost, it's a blue, so it's at the very end of the day, it's a resource. Sometimes it's a blue that blocks for 4, which is insane. And then other times I can use 1 blue and play tighten the screws into a Torque Tune for 8 overpower and just be like, yeah, it's a 3 cost 8 overpower. I don't block it basically. Or like I literally killed 3 people this week or 2 people this week with this card.
I was one of them.
Yeah, my boy Andy. Like against my Azalea opponent, like, well, one, I don't think they knew very much about Puffin, but I was just like, okay, I have a card in arsenal, 4 cards in my hand. I'm gonna pitch a blue, play a Torque Tuned, play a Titan Screws into a Torque Tune, pass, or like not pass, but go ahead and block. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll block with my armor and this. All right, there you go. I'm like, all right, cool. Pitch another blue, pummel. You're dead. And he's like, yeah, that's how that works. I'm like, yeah, it's a
2-costed card.
Yeah, it's a 2-costed
It's a 2-costed card. It can be pummeled.
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck, I hate it.
And yeah, it was that was like one of them. Like I was like, after I did that, I was like, dude, this card is so good. Like, why are people not, like, why is no one playing this card? Power is like underrated. I don't know. Like, it isn't like, obviously it's not like super good against like assassins or warriors, but like it's really good against the vast majority of decks that exist. So yeah, I like that card a lot. What about you, Dante?
So I'm a Dio player. I've been experimenting with Dio for I think about a month and a half, almost 2 months now. And the one card that well, there's two cards, but the one that was most important that blared out to me in all the builds was Teklo Pounder. It's this 2 cost fucking item that gives you over the course of its life will give you 6 value, right? But the things that bugged me about it was one, it costs 2. So if you're running heist, you can't get it back. If you try to play at the top, you just can't because that's not how Dio works. And then I was looking at mech knowledge cards and I found a penetration script. Now, obviously, sometimes you're going to have to only get 3 value out of it because you'll play at the top, but you have to crank it to continue your turn, blah, blah, blah. I just think that the effect of giving all of your attacks +1 comparative to the first attack you boost gets +2. And I just like the flexibility of it. Like I can play it at the top, I can get it back with heist, I can get it with a BIOS update. Like it's just feels better in the deck. The second one is kind of like iffy. It's the Goliath Gauntlet.
Mhm.
I think the card's neat. It's cool. I'm a firmer believer in Bracers of Belief just because one, as a deal player, you always know what's on top of your deck. There will never be a time you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna hit it. Like you know there's a fucking red up there. You know there's something up there. Goliath's Gauntlet, it's usually used on your max speed turns, but like I like the ability for Bracers because it's like, damn, I need to present damage now. Here's a zipper hit for 7, my 1 for 7, and then you continue your turn. I just think I like the not the variance, but like the ability to be more flexible with these 2 cards. I think flexibility in Dio is nice, and it just helps the deck flow a little better.
Yeah, I like.
I've been on
Sorry, I was just gonna say I like that
no
card.
no dice in my hand.
Yeah, I like that card in Dio. Like obviously, like the Teklo Pounder presents more value, but it's just harder to play. So you make it easier to play. It feels better and doesn't necessarily mess up any of your turns. It doesn't, it just I don't know. It feels good, and a lot of the times it ends up being that 3 or 4 value that you wanted out of it anyways. So I like it. I'm sorry, Andy, for interrupting. What did you want to say?
I was just gonna add on that as somebody who's been on the other side of like a penetration script's turn, it makes everything feel worse when it's like my T-bone is like a breakpoint now because you play Rainbow T-bones, right? So you're gonna have T-bones that are 3, 2, whatever. When you play a lesser T-bone that's still a breakpoint, that sucks. And then when you play another card that's also boosted, that fucking sucks because Dio plays like 1 for 5s, 0 for 4s. She plays 1 for 4s even, right?
Yeah, she does play 1 for 4s.
Yeah.
And that just
So it's
depends
like,
on whatever list. Whatever
yeah.
1 for 4 it is.
And like I said, like 4s being easier and easier and easier to cover up nowadays, but that just means that the breakpoint's being pushed a little bit, right? So when you play a penetration script, especially when you can play it off the top, which has happened before, where he's gone like, "Here's my attack," and I'm like, "Well, I'll cover it," and he's like, "Oh, penetration script," and it's like, that sucks.
It's a
And
gotcha
you
moment.
don't have to crank it if it comes off the top. You get to keep it for 2 turns, and who knows how many times you're boosting in those 2 turns. Like,
Yeah.
And if you
Also,
play it off the top, it's the same cost as Teklo. You don't lose an action point for it. It's the same cost. It costs 2 off the top, but it's just there. It's just fucking there. And if you don't have to boost it, you're going. You're going already.
what I was gonna say, it's also like really good with like expedite, which is a 0 cost 3 attack, right? That plays an item, and like that card, like being able to expedite off the top, penetration scripts, play another card. Oh shit. Okay, well, now I'm looking at a penetration script and like whatever item, like most likely boom grenade because you're also playing whatever 6 boom grenades or 9 boom grenades, whatever you're playing, and you're just like, dang, okay, so his next turn is a boom grenade and penetration script turn, and he's got 4 more cards in his hand or whatever else. Yeah, it can get out of hand pretty quickly. I think it is definitely slept on, but yeah. So yeah, let's get into our last topic. Our last topic will be we're gonna talk about spoiler season because spoiler season just started with Magic the Gathering, and we're probably gonna get something soon at Singapore, right? The keynote is kind of happening. Maybe get some stuff for Guardian Pack Mastery or um, the Super Slam or whatever it's called, right? So what of the Magic spoilers so far have you guys seen that you're just like, oh shit, I'm excited for Magic now. I might play some more Magic here soon. If you guys seen anything, we'll start with you, Andy.
yeah, actually, I saw a card and like my brain started like immediately. Like when I see cards, I immediately go say like, what's the funniest thing I can do this card. How can I break this card? Umbral Caller Zealot is a mono black 2-mana 3/2. It says sacrifice another creature or artifact to surveil 1. This is what I think is missing from Viscera Seer, is not Scry, surveil. And I already in my Thraximunder deck, which is my baby of my Magic decks, the main combo is loop Gravecrawler.
Gravecrawler.
Is looping Gravecrawler to sacrifice it, infinitely make my Thraximunder big, and like all kinds of other death triggers. I think what's even funnier is milling myself out by just surveilling my whole deck into my bin. Because why wouldn't that be hella funny? Right? So this is the card that I saw that like sparked my deck building like side of my brain that I want to build, and I want to do something really funny with. Like I'm gonna build a deck that's just like gonna like just mill myself out in one turn. I absolutely cannot stand Thassa's Oracle wins. I know they're valid. I'm fine if people beat me with them. I don't want to ever do it. So I'm gonna find something funnier to do in surveilling my deck into my bin. We'll see. That's what got me is Umbral Caller Zealot. That's been my favorite preview. It's the card that's like I'm most excited to like get my hands on and play. It's an uncommon, but what about you, Dante?
So, funnily enough, this card could actually finally replace that spot in Thraximunder, which is Charforger. But we'll get to that in a second. So it's the jundiest shit I've ever seen. For 2 in a red, you get Evindo Brush Razor. He's from the Precon. The Jund Precon is the thing I'm most excited for. Of all the things, I love Jund, and I love Jund sack my shit, do fun shit things. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token permanent, exile the top of your library. During your turn, as long as you sacrifice a non-token permanent this turn, you may play cards exiled with this creature. And then you can tap and sack a land to add 2 red. Like, this is a CDH card, at least in my mind. This card's fucking fire. I cannot wait to get this fucking Precon, dude.
That's wild, actually.
Yeah. I gotta stay away from CDH. I'll start having flashbacks and meat sweats. Meat sweat. I don't know. Yeah. Like
Meat sweats.
that was a dude. Yeah. No. Yeah. That card does sound insane. And I'm not excited for red decks to have more stuff to do. But yeah.
I love my Charforger. He's so cute. But like
this bug is just so good.
That sounds fire. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I like that actually. Gosh, there's actually a lot of cards coming out of this new set that I'm really excited about. And I think probably the one that I'm most excited about is for EDH. Obviously, we're all EDH players, and we've been away from the 60 card gameplay for a little while. I think it's probably the Endstone. I think that's what it's called. The artifact. Yeah, I think it just fits my playstyles. And like basically every way, shape, or form. Yeah, it's a 7-cost artifact. That is legendary artifact, I should say, but it's CDH doesn't matter. CDH doesn't matter. Whenever you play land or create or cast a spell, you draw a card. And at the beginning of your end step, your life total becomes half of your starting life total rounded up.
We talked about this.
It's Tron's way of getting around aggro decks too.
Yeah.
Shout out to modern players. They're so excited for this dumbass card to come out.
Because it seems bad until you're under half your life total, and then it just resets back.
Yeah. It's bad to see on turn 1. It's not bad to see on turn 8. You're like, ooh, delineate.
Suddenly gain 5 life or whatever every turn. Yeah, that's
so, what was the rarity of y'all's cards?
Mine was rare.
Mine's a majestic.
So we have an uncommon, a rare, and a mythic.
Yeah, mythic. Sorry. Flesh of blood. I'm
sorry. Hey! Don't get on him. Don't get on him. Dante drew up to 4 playing Commander.
Fab's so fun. Fuck you.
Yeah. All right. We talked spoilers. I want to talk about the scheduling of spoilers because I'm looking at the Magic product release schedule for 2025. Off the top of your head, just real quick, how many sets are released this year? Just give me a number. Go.
35.
Both of you.
6.
35 so wrong. 6 is actually wrong. There is 7.
Oh.
There's Innistrad Remastered, Aether Drift, Dragonstorm, Final Fantasy, EOE, Spider-Man, and Avatar. All this year, those are only the sets, not including supplemental products, Secret Layers. Sonic is dropping right now.
I got mine.
Spider-Man's a set?
Yeah, Spider-Man's a set. I have the question I want to pose to you is how do we deal with spoiler seasons? when we have 6 sets dropping a year, not including supplemental stuff. And as I look at Flesh and Blood's product release schedule this year, we have the Hunted, we have High Seas, and we're gonna have Super Slam. There's 3. That is less than half the sets coming out from Magic, and that's not including, like I said, supplemental things. We have Armory Deck Ira came out, Armory Deck Pleiades is coming out this year, Mastery Pack Guardian is coming out very soon. We've had a whole bunch of other like supplemental things in Flesh and Blood, but sets alone, we know we can depend on. We'll have like a month and a half free from the next set when something drops, right? Like so, like High Seas is hitting like its month and a half mark, and we just saw Super Slam get announced. How do we deal with 6 sets and like spoiler seasons? Because there's not a lot of time between a set's release and a spoiler season starting. We had this conversation with Final Fantasy dropping, and like 2 weeks, maybe even closer than that, we had EOE spoilers coming out. What are your thoughts, Josh? I feel like you want to say something. What's up?
Oh, I just want to say, yeah, I'm sorry. You can talk right now. I just want to say this one thing. We joke about it a lot in our podcast, or not podcast, in our shorts, and we're just like, hey, we just started playing this card. This card just came out. Here's a spoiler for the next card. And it's like, yeah, dude. Like as a Flesh and Blood player, like on the outside looking in, I just kind of pick up cards for my EDH decks here and there. It's like, dude, like there's always something coming out for Magic. It's like I don't. Like, how do you guys have the money to keep up with this? Like, it's so hard. But yeah, so sorry. You can go ahead, Dante, and like I'm sure you have a more thorough thought out idea of how these should work because I'm so out of it.
So as far as Fab goes, right? I think it's good that they only dropped 3 because if they had the same issue that Magic have, the meta would be, I think, fucked. You can't flood the market in a super because Fab is super competitive. Fab is besides that UPF, I think that's what it's called. They're
UPS Ultimate Pit Fighter.
Yeah. You can't flood the market with cards because then you'll start running into so many issues. You're like, fuck, they're just flooding. Magic's falling out of grace in the competitive space, unfortunately. It's sad to see one of the greats fall out of the competitive space. What it hasn't fallen out of is the market. EDH is the head runner of Magic. It's making them much money, and I understand that from a business standpoint, that is why they drop so many sets, because I know people are just gonna be like, oh my god. But I can understand as like a competitive player myself, I would hate to see 6 sets of Fab to come out here because it'd be hard to get excited. You would lose like that thrill of something new coming out, like the build up, especially how Fab does it, because they don't start giving you like real like spoilers until like 2 weeks before it actually drops. So you don't have time to speculate for it. Like you can speculate, but you don't have time to be like, oh, I'm gonna be doing it. Like you gotta wait until it's like really close.
Magic. This is the first time we got our hero text boxes this early.
Yeah.
Me and Josh were talking about usually we get like the Marvel art and we don't get the text box until much closer to the set drop.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like how long did it take you guys to figure out that tapping meant tapped in Fab? Like that was like cool to see. Like you guys like, I think it's tapped, but I don't.
Everybody spec on it for fucking like a month.
The next set, like a month later after Hunted, or like I think it was like maybe 3 weeks after Hunted, people were like, oh dang, they did the High Seas like ship floating, and then it took them like another 3 weeks after that to show the heroes. We didn't get the hero text, and then it took them another month after that to show us the hero text. And then we got the hero text and we're like, that looks like a wave. Like, I think that's this. I think that's this. And that happened. And it's happening right now with Pleiades, where hey, look there's Pleiades. Here's Tough Nut.
Aura of Suspense.
He makes toughness. Yeah, he makes toughness tokens. She makes auras of suspense. She makes confidence tokens. What are those? Well, you will never fucking know, buddy. Like, listen, you will find.
You have to open the pack to find out.
Yeah. We'll see a pre-release, big dog.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, that's on purpose. Like they've admitted that like they want us to like have that like. So Flesh and Blood does something called world premieres, which are like large events where basically like the vast majority of the cards are seen for the first time. Usually they'll reveal 20 cards, 30 cards, whatever it is, just to kind of like get you hyped for the set. And they've gone back and forth on whether or not that should be the commons, or that should be the Majestics, or that should be whatever it should be. I think right now they're on mostly Majestics and expansion slot cards. But then they save the rest of the set for the world premiere, which is usually the week before pre-release. So we usually find out a lot, like the vast majority of this, or we find out everything about the set on that day, and that's when like, okay, now we have to start testing, we have to figure out what we're gonna do, and that's why so many people were like super upset. Like if you guys aren't Flesh and Blood players, US Nats happened the release day of High Seas, and
Mhm.
that means that pros that were going to the Nationals event had to prepare for the fact that there was going to be 3 new legal heroes, and they had no idea what they were going to play in those heroes, and they had a week to get the product. Like that felt really bad. Wasn't wasn't the devs' fault. Wasn't anyone's fault. It just kind of lined up in a weird way. It happens. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But yeah, that is like one interesting part about Flesh and Blood versus like Magic, where it's like I feel like Magic like there's like 3 or 4 new cards spoiled like every day during the spoiler season, and like at least that's how it felt during like Final Fantasy, where it's like okay, that bro, how big is this fucking set? Like I feel like they've been revealing a new card every day for like 3 months. Like Jesus Christ. But yeah, like and as soon as
Sets
those
come
were
with
revealed,
the sets too.
and then the sets come out, and then there's another set coming out, and then you have to be prepared for the next spoiler season, which is gonna start in a week from now, and it's like, dude, like there's no breaks. There's no breaks. And which like I love spoilers, but like let me breathe. Like I don't know.
They
Like,
Mhm.
spoiled Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Spider-Man's the next slotted set. They spoiled Avatar at
Well,
MC Vegas.
they spoiled Spider-Man 2 sets ago. That's why.
true.
They s-
They did do
yeah.
that.
You don't remember the astonishing, the amazing, the astounding, whatever the fuck Spider-Man like 2 sets ago when I got hyped for it?
It's the poster board. The poster
We
board
made
cards.
a video about a card that goes in that deck like 8 months ago or something. So
That
Yeah!
should come out in September. That should come out in
Okay.
September.
Last question before we move out of this. What is your fix? What is your fix? How do you fix it? Is it a player fix? Is it a product fix? What is it? What is your hypothetical fix to spoiler seasons, both for Flesh and Blood and for Magic? Of like Flesh and Blood has its its small problems. Magic has its problems. What is your hypothetical fix for those things? Dante?
Magic, they need to slow the fuck down. They've really got to reel back. I love Magic, but you gotta let things flesh out. Like we joked about it at the beginning of this year. We didn't know that Innistrad came out. Period. We didn't know that remastered set even existed. So you got to slow down. You got to market a little bit. Like thankfully this year we kind of got back to true to form Magic with Tarkir. Tarkir was like one of the coolest sets they've done this year. It was so
So
well
fun.
done. They had commercials. They had story. EOE's kind of like that. They're giving it heart and chest. And Final Fantasy is a cash grab. They reprinted a bunch of powerful cards and their fancy big arts, So they need to slow down. They need to put more into the marketing side of things. Maybe 4 sets a year. Maybe start doing blocks again, like they used to way back in the day. As far as Fab goes, I
Mhm.
like Fab because it's like you guys remember Christmas. If you're fortunate enough to like see a present and you're like, what is it? That's what Fab spoilers feel like. 'Cause I love seeing new cards. Like, oh, what is it? Like when I saw Sea Legs, I came. I don't know if that's safe to say, but I came. I was excited. I was hella excited.
It was a mess. It was a mess.
I'm not sure if
Oh,
that's
yeah.
brand safe, my friend. But yeah, no,
Girl pod.
It's just super exciting.
Not brand safe.
No, I agree, and I think that's why like
What's your fix?
sorry, I don't want to say fix. I just want to say like on a marketing standpoint, I think Flesh and Blood has it figured out. Flesh and Blood is super hype. I don't necessarily like it. Like I want to see so many more cards. I want to know everything that's coming out. I want to be able to like make decks around the things that I know are coming out, and test them. And especially like with all the community resources that we have, like February and Talishar, and being able to test on Talishar earlier feels better because I'm not going into a new meta or going to a tournament like just fucking unaware of cards that exist. That being said, on a marketing standpoint, that shit's fucking working. Like we are seeing crazy growth in the space. Like Flesh and Blood is getting like more. It's getting bigger and bigger with every set. To like a point where it's like it's annoying. Where it's like fuck, everything's sold out, bro. Like I want to buy shit too. Like like you know what I mean. Like
To their credit, they are putting more product out.
they are trying to put more product out, and it is different than it's the Fab 2.0, right? It's the hey, we're not gonna do the limited shit. We're not gonna do the thing where we printed literally as much product as you wanted as you're ordering it. So it to kind of help with the collectability of it. Um, and like I understand that whole aspect, but yeah, on a marketing standpoint, the way that they do the spoilers is probably correct. They like slow leak it. They let you kind of like ruminate on it for a little while, and then they'll be like, okay, here's our little spoiler season, which is gonna happen like 3 weeks before world premiere. It'll happen, there'll be 1 or 3 days or whatever it is where all the creators that we've chosen will go over their spoiler cards. And then for the most part, all they really show is the heroes, right? Like here are the heroes. You can have an idea of how they're gonna work. And yeah, so I would like that, and also like we said, they only have 3 sets a year, maybe 4 if like the mastery pack is gonna have a bunch of cards in it, but isn't really like a whole like standalone set. Uh, and that helps a lot with like not feeling like that bloat or feeling like that like there's so much going on, there's so many things coming out. I have a finite number of resources, and I have to figure out what I want to invest in, which is why I do appreciate them being like, hey, just so you guys know, here's our roadmap. We're doing 8 sets, and here's all of the sets that we're doing. Here are the names of all of them, so you can kind of make a judgment of what you want to build or what you want to buy now, and what you want to save for, but also like there's just so many cards. There's so many things coming out with Magic, and I want to say, hey, here's how you fix it. Here's how you fix it. And here's how you make it not feel like there's so much bloat. But it's like that's what they want. They very much want to like flood you with like, hey, you always have something to buy with us. You always have this. You always have that. And there definitely times where it's like this kind of feels like mega corpy. Like it doesn't. It feels kind of soulless. And that is one
almost predatory.
Yeah, it does feel very predatory, but that is also one of the reasons why like the sets that aren't those things feel so like loved. You know what I mean? Like not on a like, hey, I love this set, it's so fun. It's more like, oh shit, like Dragonstorm, you can tell that the developers put their like heart and soul into making like a flavorful set that they enjoy, And like going into Edge of Eternity is like I'm kind of getting that feel again. It's like, okay, like somebody had an idea for what the set was going to be, and they're really excited to show it off to people, and then you can feel that versus like Spider-Man, where it's like, hey, it's Spider-Man, like or Final Fantasy.
When they said Spider-Man, I also came.
Listen, I love Spider-Man too, but like it is like it's another IP. And I mean, I kind of felt that I'm a huge 40k fan when they announced the 40k decks. I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for 40k decks. But like on the end tail of it or the tail end of it, it's like, oh yeah, it's just another way for both these companies to make a bunch of money, But yeah,
those decks are good though.
Yeah, they are very good.
Yeah. All right. Screen wipe transition. The best segment that we have created so far. We're in the design space again.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we come up with wholly new cards and archetypes for games that we love based on prompts we give each other. We are sticking to Flesh and Blood once again. We gave each other a class and a talent, same as last time. I have a random wheel I'm going to spin right here.
Sounds good.
And whoever comes up is going to go first. And the requirements are you have to come up with a hero, a weapon for that hero, and a specialization for that hero. A specialization is a card that can only be played in that hero.
I'm gonna preface. I definitely did not put spec in my card, but it is a spec by all intents and purposes.
Sometimes you forget a couple words in the text box. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Underprepared for his homework.
All right. First wheel spin. We're gonna have. Beep. Beep. Josh, what is your prompt?
All right.
Ooh, it's clapping.
It's clapping. I'm clapping. Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah. What is your prompt, and what did you come up with?
I was prompted by Andy to make a hero for Flesh and Blood, a reviled ranger hero. Yeah. So he said, "Hey, you know that thing that Flesh and Blood does where they don't reveal shit? Well, use the revealed talents and figure out what that fucking does." And I said,
"You get to make the talent."
You got it. So from the very little bits of knowledge that I know about reviled and revered heroes is revered likes to be cheered for, reviled likes to be booed against. So I made a hero that I will send to you guys now. I
can't wait.
And
see it. What if it was purple?
What if it was purple?
Oh no! Here it comes. All right, I made Trip Opportunist. Now Trip.
Ooh.
Yeah, Trip is a reviled hero. A reviled ranger hero with 3 intellect, right? We're playing with intellect, right? Reviled, revered, they play with intellect. 3 intellect.
Okay.
40 life. When the crowd boos you, you may put the top card of your deck into your arsenal.
Okay.
Cards played from
your arsenal. Like this.
Okay.
Cards played from your arsenal cost 1 less to play.
That's strong. That's strong as fuck. I like that.
This doesn't say in your action phase, and it doesn't say once per turn.
Yeah. It is not once per turn.
I am in love with this.
Yeah, it is not once per turn. It is a static effect. I'm trying to do that Data doll, like, make up for the fact that she's got 3 intellect by saying, like, yo, every time you boost, you're getting another card. So she's actually got 7 intellect. You know, but I'm not.
LSS make her an adult. LSS make her an adult. Please, 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 please. I'm begging. I'm begging.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah, tell us more about what went into the design.
So yeah, my idea for this hero, right, was that he's like that. He's a ranger. He's got that, like, he's got a weapon that he's got. But he's kind of like not a bumbling idiot. He's just like one of those guys that kind of like he's in the battlefield. He's in the arena, and like he like falls backwards, and it just so happens that the guy next to him punches his other opponent. And it's like
Maximum luck.
yeah, like
Maximum luck.
like literally just so much luck. Like he just takes advantage of all those like little luck pieces, and he's not trying to hurt anyone, but like he just does on accident. And it's like, damn, like, okay, and that's why the crowd hates him, because like he's not really hitting anyone, but he is, like, you know what I mean? Like he's not. But yeah,
I can't stop winning.
Yeah, I just can't stop making these guys beat the shit out of themselves or whatever, right? I don't know. But yeah, so that things just kind of work out in his favor, and that's kind of where I got the idea. Was like, okay, like I would hate to watch a wrestler just like beat the shit because he like dropped a cage and behind him and it like landed on the guy, things like that, or like just Final Destination type shit where you're just like, okay, like how did that happen? But yeah, so to go with him, I made the Crooked Crossbow, which is I would say a little bit more tame, and I'm gonna go ahead and share this in the chat.
Hold on, I want to get into talking about Trip if we can.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if we're gonna review all the cards and then talk about all of them together, or just talk about Trip.
No, we can go. Let's go card for card.
Sounds good.
When I gave you Reviled Ranger, in my heart of hearts, in the back door of my brain, I was like, please consider traps. Please consider traps in Ranger a little bit. And I feel like some part of you did, because if you have traps in your deck and you can get booed on your opponent's turn, the feeling of flipping a trap into Arsenal would be euphoric, right? You're being attacked. It's got Dominate or a form of evasion, and you're like, what are my outs? I get booed. Tripwire Trap. It's a 4-block. It's so good. It turns off on hits. Like, oh, I love it, and I love the art that you went with. This feels like almost like how we said, like a wrestler who's just winning by happenstance, and he's hated for it. He doesn't like respond to the hate. He's just like, I'm just good. I'm just good. I love like the pomp that Trip is giving right now. Dante?
It's giving Jar Jar Binks, and I love that. Everybody hates him. Everyone wants to see his downfall. He just won't. They're like, how does he keep getting away with it? He's actually the Sith. We don't know.
Yeah, true.
He won't go down.
That's what I'm going for with the hero. So I'm hoping that it translates. Hell yeah. So yeah, I made his weapon, which I've dubbed the Crooked Crossbow. Crooked Crossbow is a reviled ranger weapon. It is a bow, 2-handed, because arrows want you to play bows. They have to be bows or whatever. Once per turn instant, 1 resource. Put a card from your hand face up into your arsenal. And then once per turn instant, for 1 resource, target arrow attack gains +1 or go again. Activate this only if you've been booed this turn.
Yeah, I like this one.
This is interesting.
It makes up for the fact that I would say that this kind of balances out the fact that things in your arsenal cost 1 less, is that you pay to kind of just get them in there. But also, in my mind, it's like you play New Horizons and you start fucking, like, you get this into your arsenal, and then like as the crowd's booing you, you're like, I'm gonna put this in my arsenal. Now you've got 2 arsenals. Now your 3 intellect is much larger. You got 4 intellect now. Like, I can see how this works out. Also, giving arrows go again is so fucking dangerous. It's so dangerous, but like powerful. But you have to meet the requirement, so it's like, yeah.
You load an infecting shot, shoot it for free with go again. That's 5 go again on hit blood rot. That's a free 7.
Plus, 7 your opponents have to prepare for, like, this is an instant, so it's like, do you block it all? Do you perfect block? Do you block 1 over? If they perfect block, you're like, okay, go again. It's like Deception of Free Will.
Oh my god, this doesn't say arrow in arsenal. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is like how Puffin plays. This is how Puffin plays, where she's like sitting there, and it's like, do you want to block it? I'm gonna tap these cogs, all funny. What are you thinking? What do you think? And I like that. I like the aspect of that.
I like this a lot. I was also immediately like New Horizons. The target arrow was tripping me up a little bit. I was like, okay, you have to have an arrow loaded. It's kind of like how I like point the tip is always in my mind. It's like a target arrow, so it's like shit. I can't play without a target. But the fact that this is target arrow, period,
Anyway.
not in Arsenal. This is fire. This is fire. On the chain link, you can just be like, oh, it has go again, by the way. Like, that's so sick. I love this. I love this. This Ranger sounds so fun.
The reason I was thinking about this card in the way that I was like, oh, like what if it's like kind of like the Hawkeye type deal where it's like his arrows could just fucking have weird abilities, you know, they just do weird things, and it happens most often when he's being booed. So, yeah, and also it goes in tandem with the last card that I designed, which is the spec, and I'll go ahead and send it to you guys now. Now this card is called Exactly as Planned, and if you don't mind sending that to Dante so you can check it out as well. It is a blue 3-block for 4 resources, Reviled Ranger action. Until the end of turn, whenever you play an action card from your arsenal, the crowd boos you. The crowd boos you.
I am in love. This is wild. I looked immediately at the cost and was like, 4 is so much for a 3 intellect hero. What the fuck? But this is like 3 of a kind in a way. Like this is gonna be so interesting to play.
Or more. Yeah, you never know. Like it's
Yeah.
exactly as planned, bro. You could flip the next 20 cards of your deck and just definitely win the game.
It plays into the luck factor. It plays into the luck factor of like 0, 0, 0, and like if you manage to have like enough
1
resources.
costs.
Oh, 1 cost.
Because
and if you have
your
the
arrows
resources,
cost less.
You can keep giving them. Oh, I guess it's once per turn, but it's like you'd probably play into like the ones that have go again or whatever the fuck. Like,
yeah, I figure that the part that ends up balancing it, like obviously you could definitely make a deck that just goes, hey, I play a single arrow in my deck, and I'm pitching it, and I'm trying to find my exactly as planned, you know. But for the most part, I don't think that actually wins you the game. I think what does win you the game is playing an actual real deck and playing this and having the like, okay, I flipped the pump, I flipped the pump, I flipped the pump, I flip an arrow, I shoot my arrow, you know, like.
Ooh, that'd be fire.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in my
You can
mind,
kinda dig.
it's like you play generic like 0 for 4s and like little attacks that just kind of have go again from Arsenal. Like all those cards that do stuff
Rabbles.
from Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just fucking.
That's also true.
You could wait. What does he say again? Cards play. You can play 3 of a kind from Arsenal for free.
Oh, God, it's so good. It's so good. EC's so fun. It's a storm deck. It's a storm deck in Fab.
Yeah,
oh,
It's Flubs. It's Flubs the Fool Fab Edition.
I did not know what to expect from this prompt. Josh texted me complaining several times that I gave him an impossible prompt, and this what you delivered is far and away more fun than anything I could have dreamed up. And there is so much competition for favorite card in just your card pool at the end of this. I'm like, shit. Do I love Chip? Do I love exactly as planned? Like I am blown away. Reviled Ranger seems so fun.
I will tell you this. I do think that all my cards are juiced, except for maybe the Crooked Hospital is fine, but the other like Trip is pretty juiced, and exactly as planned is definitely juiced. The possibilities with that card are literally endless. So yeah. But that being said, like I like it. It's fun, and it's like Dante said before in our pre-show. These are fake fucking cards. Like I'm not presenting them. I'm not presenting them to
we don't have to take this to LSS and like actually defend our actions.
Arnest, you're like, why would you do this? Like, hey, bro, fuck you.
I'm allowed to do whatever I want. I'm playing make believe.
I have free will.
I also love that you made a reviled hero that is lovable. Like, I was ready to have just like an asshole dickhead come out and be like, ugh. He looks adorable. Trip looks so cute, and I hate it.
I think that's one of the
Jar Jar Binks effect.
Yeah, like Lyeth, right? Like people love Lyeth just because of the way that he looks and the way that he like presents himself, and it's like, okay, he's supposed to be reviled, but then I realized like he's reviled by the people of Wraith. He's not reviled by us, the players, you know. And that's kind of what I was thinking when I thought of the character. Like he's got something going on, bad luck, good luck, and it doesn't just affect him. So, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna spin this wheel. Dante, are you ready?
Yeah.
It's being spun. It's being spun.
It's flipping a coin.
Oh, it's me. It's me, just at the end there.
I knew
Tail
I'd
end
be
there.
last. I knew I'd be last. Dang it.
Best for last. Best for last.
Damn it. All right. So I was given task to create from Dante a lightning mechanologist. And I can't lie, this had me stumped for a little minute. I was trying to figure out what I would want to do. I decided that I wanted to kind of go less lore based. Like last week I went full lore. I built him into the world of Wraith. I was like, this is where it is. This is what happened. This is the journey. And this week I'm like, what if I go like design first and like kind of just push that and see where I go with that? So I'm gonna present to you both via the phone Maria, Sparky Tinkerer.
Oh hell yeah.
Maria is a 4 intellect, 36 life hero. To make up for the fact that she does very hard to interact with damage, she is an elemental mechanologist hero with the essence of lightning. Whenever you play an item or a lightning aura, create a spark token. Whenever you overload an item, deal 1 damage to target hero.
And what
What do
you
we
should
think?
do is you should just be like Flesh and Blood and not reveal what those things are until the set comes out.
So
blank ass
next
card.
podcast, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the token, the weapon, the spec. You'll get 1 per podcast, and in a month, you'll see what Maria does.
All right. So first and foremost, I'm a mechanologist lover to my core, right? And
Mhm.
I gave you this. I gave you this prompt, and I thought I was like, this is going to be fun but hard because you can be aggressive, but as a mechanologist player, your deck not having mech cards in it could be a complete and utter disaster at any given moment when you're not prepared. I'm super interested to figure out what the fuck a spark token is, and also doing just straight up true damage. Shout out to Sindra for being a piece of shit and Ivory Assassin.
Riptide does it. Riptide does it. Syndra does it. Well, Syndra, Flick Knives does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a hero that has. Go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just gonna say, I like that it plays not only into the items, and it also plays into the lightning auras, which we had all the sigils come out recently, right? And obviously like embodiment is also an aura, and you know all these other auras that exist. And being able to make spark tokens, whatever they may be, I'm guessing that they overload or they help you overload cards. Seems pretty fun. I like it here that I actually like playing Puffin because I don't have to play nothing but mech cards. I can play other things, and that's one of the things I'm excited about.
CNC.
Yeah. 6 of them actually. But, yeah.
That is definitely a hurdle that I had to jump through early in theory. Is this boost? Is this items? Am I doing something different? Ultimately, being a talented mech, I could not do boost. There's no way I could do boost. It just wouldn't work. But I love the design that mechs have been going into, which is items, which is cranking. I like that a lot. So to help her in her lightning mechanologist actions, we have her weapon, Maria's Tempest Harness. This is a mechanologist weapon whip, one-handed. It says as an action, you can tap it and sacrifice a spark to attack. It's to attack. Or as an instant, you can tap it and sacrifice 3 sparks to put a steam counter on an item you control.
My cerebellum would never leave the field. No one could stop me. No one would stop me. Also,
So
I
is that all?
I love that it's a new weapon as a whole. Like this isn't something you'd ever seen in Fab, a whip, and it's reminiscent of the lightning whips from the bad Iron Man movie. Two. I think it's fucking awesome. I think it doesn't have like it's a tap for 2, which is sick. You got to sacrifice a spark, so you're relying on your ability to make these spark tokens, and then like being able to keep around problematic items. You know, my like penetration script, like we talked about earlier, like being able to keep that around for turns and turns and turns at the sacrifice of your 2 powered weapon is like just so much value over the course of a game.
Josh, what do you think?
I think it's interesting in the form that you're sacrificing. Like, yeah, you're getting rid of these auras or items or whatever the sparks are, the tokens. You're getting rid of these tokens to do the things that you're doing with this weapon, or that you're doing with the Yeah, with the weapon. So like I think it's definitely like I mean I'm like I said I'm enjoying Puffin. I enjoy Cogs. I enjoy the alternate resource that is Cog. And I think that having Spark be the like lightning version of that is interesting. Um, I like being able to keep steam counters on things. I like Banksy. Banksy's a good weapon. So being able to do it
Yes.
for not free. It cost me 3 sparks. You had to do other things to get those sparks. But for what is essentially free is really really fun. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the
Mhm.
other cards are.
Yeah, I put the harness was a little tough to figure out. Just every mech item, every mech weapon is a gun. And I was like, I think a gun would be interesting, but I want to kind of like marry the idea that like her weapon is specifically also a tool, right? Like she's using this thing to um interact with her items to like repair her items, keep them around longer. That's what I want the weapon to do, and I couldn't really see a way to do that with a gun. And I love the idea of like a lightning whip, like we talked about. Uh, the spec is probability storm capsule. It is an mechanologist action item. It's a blue that costs 3, and it has crank. It enters the arena with 2 steam counters, and it has the start of your turn. You have to remove a steam counter or destroy it. And it says, as an action, you tap it and you choose one. If it is overloaded, you choose all of them instead. And this action has go again. It says your next attack gets +3, draw a card, or when your next attack resolves, gain an action point.
Sorry, I like
Damn.
that and
Very quiet. Who wants to go first?
there's some text
Damn.
that I gotta read.
It
I
is
gotta read
it is
through
a
this.
lot. It is a lot.
This is good. This is. I think this is like a mech wet dream right here. It's got everything that mechs embody all just encapsulated in one thing. A big attack. You get to draw a card. Drawing the card gets go again at minimum. Like fucking ooh.
Action
Ooh. And
points.
you get an action point if this is overloaded.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
I
if
like this.
overloading is. Well, you can choose any one of them, right? But you choose
Yeah.
all 3 if it's
Yeah.
overloaded, which
So it
is
incentivizes you to
fancy.
overload this thing.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see what overload. Yeah, I mean this is. I mean when you look at specs, as far as specs go, this is definitely a power card, and I love to see some more expensive items that have crank on them as well. Like that's always super fun. Um, so yeah, I want to see what overload is and how we make some overloaded cards.
All right. So I did break the rule after we resolved to enforce the rule of 3 cards. I did break that rule. I had to have a 4th card because I have to show you what sparks are. So this is the spark. Sparks are an elemental token aura. Sparks don't have a way for them to leave the battlefield. They stay on the battlefield until you use them. They say when you control 5 sparks, destroy them and overload an item you control. Destroy that item and activate all abilities of that item. And they have Spell Void 1. So
Oh shit.
sparks, when enough sparks creates a fire, right? So the second you have 5 sparks, they will see that and they will destroy themselves, and you have to overload an item immediately. The items don't have to say that they have an overload option. You just overload them by destroying them and activating whatever ability they have. So boom grenades can be overloaded by destroying it, and the on hit triggers.
Oh damn. And it has spell void. Fuck rune blades. Oh hell yeah. This shit right here. Giving up all the block in your deck for all these items, fucking worth it. To just fucking gun it. Just hey, these 9 of boom grenades are really finna just hit you. These are just finna happen.
It's definitely I like the idea of overloading. I like the idea of all of the sparks and like hitting a critical mass and then sparks doing something. I think is super interesting about it is that it makes it to where you as a player who's playing the items in the auras has to go, oh shit, I'm getting close to 5 sparks. I better have a fucking item on the field that I'm gonna overload. Like that's the skill expression, right? Where it's like, okay, okay, I'm gonna play this. If I can't play this because if I play that, then I have to destroy an item. Okay, well, I don't want to waste my sparks. But then you also have the weapon, which has a tap.
Mm-hmm.
That is an instant. So you can be like, This weapon's gonna fix that. I'm gonna go and use those to put a counter on something.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that. That's really cool. And also Spellvoid 1 is just a bonus. We'd love to see a little bit of Spellvoid or Arcane Barrier, a little bit something on the tokens you're making.
Oh yeah, you don't know
Yeah.
AB boots.
Yeah.
I took some inspiration from Aether Ashwing
Mhm.
there. That just have straight up arcane barrier you can pay into that. Also, I loved the I like to play in the space of mechanologist that, like Josh is saying, has alternative resources where like you play cogs in Puffin. I think sparks are really interesting in that there are so many ways to use them. There's no way to get rid of them until they kill themselves or you use them. And 5 might seem like a lot, it might seem like a little bit, but it's going to happen when you're not ready for it either way. This is going to come up at some point where like your gun's tapped or something happened and now you're at 4 sparks and you have an item in your hand that like you might want to keep around. It might be like a cerebellum processor, like you're saying. You play that cerebellum processor, you make 5 sparks, they overload that processor immediately. The processor is destroyed and you draw a card.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's where like I wanted the skill check to be in is how do you manage your sparks? Because if you let sparks get out of hand, it's a fire.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like the design.
But
I like the mechanologist. I like being able to play lightning cards. I'm trying to like think in my like mind's eye like what fucking lightning cards I'd put into this deck. You know what I mean? Trying to like figure out. Obviously, you want some of the auras, but like you know. So
yeah, sparks don't pop auras.
yeah.
Sparks pop items. Auras can help you get there though. Yeah, and yeah, it's just like a whole lot of thinking went into like how the deck would be like. What is the deck composition? Like how many items are you playing? How many auras are you playing? None of those things block. Where are your attacks coming from? You know, that's why I wanted the spec to very like obviously want to deal with attacks. Like, because it's like I want like a pathway to attacking.
Yeah.
That is Maria, Sparky Tinkerer. We're gonna get to Dante now. Dante, what was your prompt and what did you come up with?
So Josh prompted me to make an assassin with an essence of lightning and earth.
Earth
And-
Assassin?
Earth lightning assassin, and I struggled very, very fucking hard with this because I was like, "This is too much. This is too little."
Like Briar, and I said, if you'd like Briar, let's see how you played Briar as an assassin.
So I struggled on this for like since he gave me the prompt. I've been sitting at Card Conjure, fucking digging, and here's what I ended up with. I ended up with Eva, the Sundered Daughter. She is.
Okay.
She's supposed to have essence of earth and lightning at the top for. I forgot that. Oh well. Once per turn attack reaction. Okay, first off, she's a 4 into like 34 health hero. Once per turn attack reaction,
I like
discard a
all of us
card
messing with these.
and draw a card. Whenever you discard a lightning card, assassin attacks you control gain go again until the end of turn. Whenever you discard an earth card, attacks you control get +2 until the end of turn.
I like that.
Attacks as a whole.
I like
Attack as a whole.
Every assassin attack.
Every attack, not just assassin
Every
attack.
attack.
Including your daggers, homie.
Assassin attacks you control can go again. Oh shit.
So yeah, assassin attacks can go again. All the attacks can +2.
Mhm.
So I like that. You can play
You know.
your already way too good for school felling of the ground for 10 or whatever, right? So
This is wild.
Yes, I struggled so hard, and I was like, "Fuck it, it's not real."
It's not real.
This is good. A CNC for 8 felt good in my mind. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Puffin has it.
The fact that her attack react also like cantrips, like hand fixes or what was it? Like loots, is
Yeah.
Loots.
it's pretty funny. It's pretty insane. I like that a lot.
That's. Go ahead, continue, Josh.
Oh no,
I'll
I
get
was
after you.
gonna say I like it a lot. Like the fact that she's 34 health. I like that she like has multiple ways of like interacting with the fact that she's drawing and discarding cards. Having that like the lightning or earth thing is like kind of like the basis of what I thought you would do. You'd have either or both. So I'm excited to see what cards you have for her that are gonna make her way too strong. You know what I mean?
So I figured she's an assassin, so of course she's gonna run that fucking super expensive. Oh shit, Andy, what's up? Spit that shit.
I also wanted to comment on the hero. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my fault. That's my bad, gang.
I think this is absolutely bananas. Like the rummage of her, like discard and draw, is I think what pushes it over the top to like this is just nasty. Like already the lightning discard is wild to me, right? Because it's like Slippy plus where you just go attack, 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 attack. Like this is something I would love to play. The earth discard is also wild because it is an attack reaction. So you perfect block something, you perfect block a leave no, you perfect block anything, and it's like earth card, go fuck yourself. Like that's in the space of assassin where we already have attack reacts, this turns like if you had like a Ruban Carapace you didn't get to do or something, it just turns that into a +2 pump.
Yeah.
So this hero looks wild. I'm so glad that you like it's at some point in your mind you're like do something to 34 life something.
I was like, it started off with like just discarding, but I was like, I don't know if that's too bad. I was like, I don't want to bounce her too much. I'm gonna let the players figure that out. I'm gonna let the players figure out how to deal with that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is wild.
Since she's assassin, I knew that one of her daggers would mark someone, so I had to give her one dagger. I was gonna do two, like an earth and lightning dagger, but I was like, man, fuck that. She gets one dagger. So I came up with Blackened Storm, an elemental dagger, 2 attack, go again for 1 with piercing 1. When this hits a hero, create an embodiment of lightning token. That's it. That's the whole dagger.
I like that.
That's really, really good. I like that. Yeah, I like it a lot.
For when turns you don't have lightning in hand, you're like, I still got my dagger. You still gotta deal with this.
Also, just being like, it has the same effect as like the the blue dagger, right?
The blue one.
Like, yeah, you're like, hey, I'm coming in, and you don't know what blue I'm gonna play after this. So, you're gonna give it go again, or what are you gonna do? Obviously, it's a little bit better than that. Embodiment lightning hit more than just blue cards, but yeah, it's definitely super strong, and it also costs 2 rather than 1. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that it's in line with every other assassin dagger in that it's a 2-cost go again, 1 attack, piercing 1. I love that stat line. They make the dagger so threatening, even though there's just 1 damage. And the on hit create an embodiment of lightning, I think is just really, really cool. Like just to be able to be like, I'm gonna threaten go again. You don't know how this hand composition is made up. I could have drawn no lightning cards. Is this important to you? Like Josh mentioned, the beckoning mistblade, right? But also like I remember being terrified of Spider's Bite all the time because it's like my hand is just attack action cards, and I really don't want to spend 1 blocking 1 damage. But if I do, if I let you hit me, that could just absolutely fuck the math on my next attack, and that feels the same way with this Blackened Storm. I think it's just like a perfect design.
Yeah. All right, time to get into the spec. Eva's spec is Lightning Strikes Twice. It's her specialization. Target attack action gets, it costs 1. It's a red lightning attack reaction with a 2 block. Target attack action gets +3, and when this hits, you may deal that much damage to any target, then banish Lightning Strikes Twice. If a lightning card was used to pay for Lightning Strikes cost, you may play it from banish this turn.
Oh god. Juice, brother.
What the fuck?
Juice, brother.
So you said that you send an attack, your opponent goes, no blocks, I'm keeping this hand. You go, lightning strikes twice, take 6, my next attack, I have lightning strikes twice? Oh my god. This is wild.
Have you ever thought about blocking better? How about that?
Actually didn't come to mind. My bad.
You gotta be
what
prepared.
A specialization, what a card. This is wild.
Yeah.
Also, sick ass art.
Yeah, I like the art. Yeah, this is very powerful. Obviously, like, it could just translate to like crazy damage turns. But it could also just be like, oh, I lightning strikes twice you, I leak over 2 damage, you'll take another 2 damage, so it'll be 4 value, and then it'll go into my banish and I can play it again. And it's like, okay, like that card.
That's only if you pitch, that's only if you pitch a lightning card. Because if you just play it and like you just pitch whatever, it's done. That's like the caveat to it is like, if you didn't have the lightning or you drew up this, it's like, well, I get the once effect. So like the top end is fucking like you play this on a Bond's turn. That's bad.
Yeah.
Like it's super bad. Low wind is like I get a little over. You take that damage, you take that little bit of damage again, just a little more, and then fucking it's gone. So you'd have to play around it pretty well, and probably it's like one of those cards that sits in your arsenal game, just waiting on your moment.
Yeah, like a Justinic or something.
It's also nice
But
that
this is just
that like you were talking about Bond. Sorry for interrupting, but you played it
okay.
last turn. It doesn't banish itself unless it does damage. So like you can't like lightning strikes twice. I did pitch yellow and then play it again because it's not going to go into banish until after the damage is dealt, if it dealt damage. So
Mhm.
like that's that it doesn't fix the bonds, but it makes it to where like you have to work a lot harder for your bonds interaction. Like you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
Like it a lot.
I want to play this hero. I want to play Ava. All right, so that is the cards from all of us in the design space. We had a reviled ranger in Trip Opportunist. We had an elemental mechanologist with Essence of Lightning in Maria Sparky Tinkerer, and we had an elemental assassin with Essence of Lightning and Earth in Ava, the Sundered Daughter. Now, I'm gonna throw it to one of you. What is your favorite designed card that you did not design from this design space? We're gonna go with Dante first. What is your favorite designed card?
I'm gonna be real. My favorite design card has to be Trip the Opportunist. I can't lie. I love I love luck. I love variance, and he embodies all of that. I think he is such a cool fucking hero, villain, whatever you love him, hate him, you got to deal with him. And a deck that can just do random shit is some shit I'm into. So it's got to be Trip.
I feel that. I feel that. Um, that's a great card. Josh, what is your favorite design card that you did not design?
Now I want to say Lightning Strikes twice because that card is juiced. It is so good.
Yeah.
It is so good. But also, I think the design is like it's really good. But I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite. My favorite design card. My favorite design on a card is the Maria spec. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Probability Storm Capel.
Yeah, probably remember from capsule because it does do whatever you'd like it to do, and then in this situation where you can't overload it, it can just be like it just be blowout. It can be so insane. Um, and yeah, I like being able to like set up turns and be like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this thing, and also this thing still does things that I like it to do. Um, uh, Low key, it's like, damn, it's a Maria's back. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I would shove this into my puffin deck so quick, But yeah, even if
Yeah,
I can't overload it or whatever.
yeah. No, it was a fun design. I am gonna go it seeing the cards that everybody brought today. It just feels like a buffet of shit that I would like love to do in theory, right? Like I would love to lightning strikes twice, like
Ava's so
a kiss
cool.
of death
Yeah.
or something. Like I would love to play a full trip list of like just I'm gonna happenstance fall into this 36 damage turn just because. Uh, I think what enables me to have like the most fun in theory is exactly as planned. The trip spec is my favorite design card this week. It's just such an enabler for probably something that is going to be absolutely fucking bonkers. Until the end of the turn, whenever you play an action card from Arsenal, the crowd boos you. The crowd boos you. Like setting this up, I feel like takes some effort, but the payoff could honestly be bad. Could honestly be bad depending on what you run into. But if it isn't, it is so funny, and I think that's awesome. So like Reviled Ranger was something I was super excited for. It went a place I did not think it would go at all, and I'm so happy to see where it landed. And exactly as planned is like my favorite card this week.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys like the cards. Yeah,
I'm the
the
biggest
other
loser
one
this
I
week.
wanted to
Damn
mention.
it.
The other thing I wanted to mention, I want to say Ava too. Like Ava was another one. I'm like, yo, bro, I love this shit. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of really good design cards this week. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
you want to see us out?
Who's taking us out of here?
You.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. All right. So this has been another Swing Lethal podcast with all of us here at Swing Lethal. We were in the arena. We were on the battlefield. We're in the net. We're going to be as many places as we can be here in the podcast. We love TCGs. We love bringing TCG news and opinions to y'all. Please like, subscribe. Let us know what you enjoyed the most out of this whole podcast. Do you love the hero designs? Tell us which hero designs are bad. Tell us which hero designs are good. Tell us your favorite card that came out of here. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, here on YouTube. Anywhere you are social mediaing, we are there. We're Swing Lethal, and you're welcome.